Hi, everyone. Welcome to Laura's Lane. Have you been thinking about doing something new or letting something go? Stick around because I've got Lisa here and we're going to kind of do we're going to do a little deep dive into what that might be, what might be happening, what might be emerging, what might be letting go, if I could talk. So let me bring let me bring her on. Hold on one second. Oh my goodness. Yep, there it is.
Hey,
Can't really talk. Hi, Lisa.
Victoria.
So, as I was trying to say in the intro, before we started the video, Lisa and I were talking about just a lot of people having new beginnings and kind of releasing old versions of themselves. So, we thought that would be a good topic to kind of dive into and take a closer look at. Have you been noticing that in your life or in those around you?
Oh my gosh, daily for probably the past 6 months.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of it. There's a lot of it happening. And it's when you're letting go of an old part of yourself, sometimes we're not ready, or sometimes there's fear, sometimes there's anxiety. Sometimes it's like, woohoo, I wanted to let that go. But there's a whole range of reactions and experiences that different people go through depending on what it is, right? I don't know. So, what do you think? Do a
Oh my,
little.
I think you know what? You get so excited and you're like, oh, this new version is like really cool. And then something just taps you on the shoulder. And it's like, oh, am I ready for that? And I think we get in our own way and we're almost afraid of just kind of becoming that new person.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, I agree that. I think it's that ego thing. I can't remember the saying about the ego, that the ego just wants to keep you safe, right?
Yep.
So anytime that you are up leveling or you're moving to a new version, it like tries to bring you back because it's like, I don't know what's over there. I'm supposed to keep you
I
safe.
think Edgar Tolle said it stands for edging God out.
I think God, oh yeah.
Close to your heart and soul, which is that God connection, the ego is going to step in and try to interfere. And you just got to say, hell no.
Right? No,
Goodbye.
no, no, no. Thank you. I gotta say, hey, cheers to you, ego, because you've kept me safe and alive during my life. But we also have to have that discernment or enough wisdom to say, sit down, ego. It's my turn now.
Whether you like it or not.
Right? Exactly. So, do you want to just do a general kind of reading about this idea of us starting something new or letting something go, or maybe even being forced to let something go?
Yeah. And right now we're in the full moon energies. They
Right.
do,
That's the point.
whether we're aware of that or not. Full moon is always about letting go and getting ready to create what it is that you want. So, yeah, let's go and see clearly
Yeah,
what
let's do it.
you know and just like any reading, you take what resonates with you. It doesn't resonate, just let it go. But what you're meant to hear, you'll know it.
Hmm. Even if what the person is saying you don't agree with, but it helps solidify you in the other direction.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Gosh, well, this, okay, here we go. And it is the kind of the collective energies, what we need to know now, how to handle these energies, what's next. The first card, if you can see it here,
Yeah, let me pull you up so I can get closer.
a couple things I look at. Okay, the red card represents our root chakra. The two is about choices. And it is showing someone here standing in front of multiple doors saying, hey, you have choices. You're not stuck. You can do whatever it is you want. Don't make a choice out of fear.
Mm.
Take a moment and listen to your heart, your soul, and intuition, and what color door is calling you. I would like to kind of take it a little bit further for those out there and ask, which color door are you drawn to as you look at this card? Because that also has a significance. If you're drawn to the blue door, that represents somewhere in your life in regards to communication, to speaking. Maybe you're not speaking your truth, or anything to do with that thought, or I can't talk either today, throat chakra. If you're drawn to the green door, that's our heart chakra.
Mm.
It's about opening the heart and just trusting and following your intuition. If you're drawn to the red door, that's the root chakra. That's the root chakra represents our base, like our securities in life. Usually it's the fears over money and survival. And then you see the yellow door is the solar plexus. And I want to bring up that was the next card that actually came up. Hey, at this moment, the solar plexus is that creative center on our chakras. The three represents choices from the heart. It's like you have choices, follow your intuition, take a moment. Don't make that decision from your mind. Do what feels right. Inevitably, we were talking about the ego. We'll make a choice, and then the mind comes in and like, oh, well, how are you going to do that? And why do you think you deserve that? And how you were going to afford that? Don't listen. Just know if you made a decision and it really feels right, that is the right decision. And then
Well,
lastly,
Lisa, on that, can I just share something on that yellow the which one, the solar plexus, was it that you pulled up the card?
yes,
Yeah, so that's like, that's also like self-worth, control, identity, confidence, motivation. It could be like if it's imbalanced, it could be, you're doubting yourself or you've got the control issues or having really low energy. But it really has that theme around that power and confidence. And I find it interesting you just brought up the chakras and then the four chakras, and then that one comes in to make a statement and say, hey, let's take a look at this.
absolutely.
So I just wanted to share that because that's a big deal there. Those themes are power and confidence are big
Absolutely.
ones.
Absolutely. And that's what it's all about. And the last card I pulled, also a two, the choices. You see, it's the waiting game. It's patience, knowing that everything really is in divine time. We might not know what's in our best interest. Spirit hears what you're asking for, but the timing. So be patient and just know that it's yours and wait for it.
That
I'm or I know you have cards and pull cards, and I'm just kind of hearing for you to pull one to add to this.
Yeah, and that you said about that being patient. That is not always easy.
Third one.
Well, it's not always easy is being patient. I'm gonna like just chat about that while I pull here. Um, it's almost sometimes that when you're making that, it's sometimes darkest before that breakthrough.
Absolutely, always.
It's just, oh, hello. We got a whole bunch that fell out here. All right, come here. Which one flipped up? Okay, energetic shifts, new information, end of a cycle. Isn't this great?
Yeah, that's a great card.
End of a cycle. Wow. Oh, yeah. Okay, exactly what we're talking about. Thank you for the confirmation. But I want to see what the next one was because um, that's confirming that what we're talking about. We've got, halls of initiation, secrets being revealed, treasures uncovered, initiations. That's beautiful. So this whole idea of us moving forward and new beginnings, a new part of ourselves, letting something go or being forced to let something go, is our initiation to great treasures and maybe secrets being revealed. That could be, personally and in the collective, right?
Absolutely. Because I think collectively, when we want to make choices to move forward, sometimes we pay too much attention to what our peers say.
Oh,
Or you family who like think that you should not make choices and not try anything new. And no, just think if
absolutely.
no change, what the heck would we have to look forward to?
No, I know. It's stepping into our own power. And so
Yeah.
um it, I'd just like to do another couple card pull on somebody who might be struggling with, I don't know, it could either, what do you think? It could either be like seeing clearly where to go next, or it could be how to let something go. I think letting something go is kind of hard because a lot of times there's a lot of safety and security and holding on to something. But
Absolutely.
maybe we can pull on how do we let go when we realize, yeah, that's not really serving me anymore. That identity really, I know I need to let go. How do I do it?
Yeah, I think that it would be more important to say like those first steps. I think it's not easy. And I think that's kind of the problem. We want to create too many things to do. Sometimes we have to stop and not do as much as we think we need to do.
I love that.
Right. Like, what are those next steps? I just pulled that. Oh my gosh. Here's my chakra, third eye chakra. The
Mm,
highest vibrating energy. We've got number 6. I like to look at numerology. 6 is about finding that balance. What are you committing to? What are you ending? What can you take off your plate that's not serving you? And that's what I'm hearing. The first thing, the best way to start is kind of taking out the trash. What can you take off your plate? Just start with one thing that you're not happy with, and put it to the side. It's the best way to start. And then here we are again. So,
wow.
you know,
Again.
you've already, yeah, it's kind of like this is something we all need to resonate with at this moment. That solar plex, that creativity, let that light in, and just follow the light within you.
Yeah, decisive because that it also it's about being decisive, and I think that's very powerful. It's even a very strong message for me right now, because there's things we all have things going on in our lives, and it's like, okay, I really do need to be more. Let's decide.
Easier said than done. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because you get to those moments and there's a ton of hesitation and doubt that can show up. Like, well, is that really the right thing?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's being human, right?
Yeah, I don't know. As you're speaking, I'm getting the chills. I'm feeling spirit is kind of like saying, yeah, you all were hitting it on the nail on the head.
Good,
And
good, good.
that's what it is. We're
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
in cheers.
Cheers, cheers, cheers to spirit. Cheers to everyone that's like working through this. It's it's hard because we all have our own little bubble of what we're going through, and we're bouncing up against other people's bubbles, and not everybody is very self-aware. I mean, I think anybody that's at this channel is like working on their self-awareness and has that, but I guess what I'm getting at is it's a time to remember that people are not always equipped to handle these big emotions, energies, changes, feelings, vibrations. So take that into consideration and maybe give each other a little bit of grace and
not be so hard on yourself.
Exactly. Be kind to yourself and others. But sometimes I think many of us are kinder to others than we are with ourselves. And so be gentle.
Yes, I know that firsthand. I'm my worst critic.
It happens. It happens. It happens. So I'm just going to pull another card here. I love those chakra cards. And here we go. So
the crown chakra.
Yeah. Yep. Straight up to the top, guys. So it's the chakras are a fun study if anyone hasn't looked into them. They really are energy centers in our body, and they connect to different aspects of ourself. And this one definitely connects us up to something beyond ourselves. So when you're in this moment of change or whatever, and maybe you have grounded yourself, but you're still overwhelmed or in doubt, maybe really honestly, you can stop, sit, even if it's only for 2 minutes, and just connect to source, to God, to Jesus, to what it is that helps ground you. And just sit.
Yeah.
Just like you said a few minutes ago, you said sometimes we try to do too much.
Yeah.
So maybe it is sitting and waiting to receive, right?
Yep. As they say, there's, I don't know the saying, but you pray and you pray, but are you taking a moment to stop and actually listen? Maybe your prayers were answered, but you were too busy thinking about what was ahead and not actually listening.
Right. And that is maybe they were answered in but you're looked so focused in a different direction and because you haven't taken the time to just slow down.
Or you thought it should have been answered in your particular way.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's never happened, right?
Never.
That's awesome. So I don't know, did you have anything else that you maybe wanted to explore?
You were talking about the chakras and the chakra cards came up. I would kind of like to get into that a little bit
Okay.
because it's really simple. Sometimes people think it's too simplistic, but when we talk about the chakras, we have 7 main chakras, which are energy bodies. We actually have more. We have them in the palms of our hands and in our feet, but the colors that the chakras are correlated with, there's a way you can tell if your chakras are blocked or need balanced.
Oh, let's hear.
It is as simple as what colors you literally are drawing.
Hmm.
Are there certain foods that you're craving? Colors and clothing you want. It's 9 out of 10 times if you're drawn to a particular color, and especially women, we change our wardrobe and always are wearing different colors. That color associated with whatever chakra it is usually low on energy, and it's a subconscious way of saying, "Hey, I need more energy in this particular chakra." If that
I
makes
mean,
sense.
yeah, that's an interesting way of looking at that. Mm-hmm.
And I don't. It seems kind of crazy that a color of a chakra that we see depicted on screens could actually affect us, but it does psychologically. So even fruits, vegetables, the color of that chakra can energize that chakra. There are essence, and I mean, beside the colors, there's smells, there's just teas and all kinds of things that you naturally can do to balance your own chakra.
To support that, right? That makes sense. Yeah, because I tend to look at the maybe the emotional side of it, you
Right.
know, it's really first. But that, I mean, we're intuitive, whether we realize it or not, we all are. And our bodies give us information constantly,
Yeah.
so it would make sense that if something's out of whack, that we would naturally be drawn to the things that we need in order to get back into balance.
Yeah.
Even in the chakras, right? I mean, we're thirsty. Guess what? We're dehydrated at that point. I mean, our body craves it. We're like, oh my gosh, I'm so thirsty. Yeah, of course, because you need it. So, you might exactly. It could even be as simple as the colors of the foods, and that's also true for nutrients, right? So
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense. I'm glad that you shared that part.
Yeah. We know everything we need. We have the power within us to really just do everything that we want to do if we
We
tap in.
are the greatest untapped resource.
Flex our muscles.
It's true. It's true. So were you wanting to just chat about that, or did you want to draw anything about that, or?
Um, yeah, I just kind of wanted to throw that out there because I know it's
Thank you.
something simplistic. And we're like, oh, my chakra's out of balance. People hear, oh, my root chakra's out of balance. But yeah, well, hey, get out and have some red apples. Energize that root chakra. Wear the color red.
Right.
Really simple thing. I mean, it's a little, you can get really in depth with it. And anyone can Google and find out more information, but just knowing the color of the main chakras, and hey, all of a sudden I'm attracted to blue and I want to wear blue. It's like, yeah, the throat chakra is needing more energy.
Mm-hmm. I love blue.
Yeah.
I love blue. Awesome. Well, I think everyone that we will be back together again, Lisa and I, to do another intuitive pull. But we hope that this just kind of gives you some direction to maybe consider as we keep evolving and changing here on planet Earth. Um, Also, remember, please, that I have a free workbook. It's a free PDF, so you can create your own toolbox to move through life's questionable moments. And join me in the morning too, because I do a breathing routine that helps ground you. 3 minutes long, easy breezy, get into the routine so that when, something gets thrown your way, you can get yourself back to the now moment. And, your actions could be potentially a better representation of who you are if you are coming from a grounded place. Right? So Lisa, thank you, thank you, thank you for taking your time to be with us again. I
You. It's
love
been
seeing you.
fun. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So ciao for now, everybody. We'll be back
Ciao.
again.